So it's like this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's the process that I would use for this. So the first thing is when you're rewriting it, the amplitude stays the same, but the sign might be different. So it might be a -2, right? So it could be plus or minus 2. So I'll leave a space for that. Okay? I'm going to put my sign here. The coefficient of x is going to stay the same. So this will still be an x here, and then the vertical shift stays the same.
Okay.
So all I need to do for this is to find out what's the sign and what's the horizontal shift. Right? But to do that, you don't use any like rules for that. What we're going to use for that is just to sketch what this graph looks like. Okay? So the way that we do that is we take our midline is going to be at the vertical shift, right? Okay? And then our amplitude is 2, so we're going to go up 2 to 3, and we're going to go down to -1. So our max and mins are going to oscillate between those.
Okay.
Okay? And then we're going to, when we're going to set up one full period for critical points here. So what is my horizontal shift?
Positive 5 pi over 4.
Okay. So my first critical point is going to start at 5 pi over 4. And it's going to end here, a total of 1 period. And 1 period is how many units for this?
2 pi.
Perfect. And so this is a total of 2 pi, which in terms of fourths is going to be 8 pi over 4, right? I'm just going to write it in, oops, sorry. I'm going to add 8 pi over 4 to this. So if I add 8 to 5, 13 pi over 4, right? And really, like from here, you don't even, it all depends. You don't necessarily need to know what each of these, the half here and then the quarters or the half of the halves, because when you look back at your original cosine, your first critical point on cosine starts where? At the max, the midline, or minimum?
At the max.
Good. So it's a positive cosine, so it's going to start at the max, and then midline, then minimum, midline, max. So if you're just working through the problem, you don't even really need to know what those individual values are for this problem. Well, until you have to find what the shift is. But so on this, here is my graph. Okay? But if I want to sketch what the shift is here, I need to find it in terms of sine, right? So for a sine, the sine starts at the midline. So what I need to do is I need to either start it here or here, and it doesn't matter which one. So if I start here, what would be this, what's this critical point going to be?
7 pi over 4.
Okay, so here between the two of these, you have 9 pi over 4, right? And then this is going to be 7 and 11. Okay, so if you know that this is 7 pi over 4, if you want to use this point, then your shift here is going to be minus 7 pi over 4. But what's the sign going to be in front?
Negative.
Perfect, because you go down first, right?
Okay.
Now, had you chosen to start with this one, so the other option would be 2 sine of x minus, if you went here and got 11 pi over 4, what would be the sign in front?
Positive.
Exactly, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, that's all.